My name is Carina Gardner, and I'm what you would call a practical designer. If you're ready to create a life that you love, become an incredible force for good, and generate income while pursuing your dreams, this is the podcast for you. Welcome to Make and Design. Hi designers, today we have something special for you. So we are going to play you the second day of the Design Suite Maker Conference panel that we did live. So this is Brenna Powell, Tracey Rinaldo, and Kim Thomas, and they're going to tell you about building their design businesses and what their design journey looks like. Enjoy. So we're just going to get started and go around the room and talk about what these lovely ladies have for you today, because each one of them has a class for you to take today. So we're going to start with Kimberly. Well, I always call you Kim, but it's just funny because I see your name is Kimberly on my sheet. Kim, go.
Okay. So, do you want to just introduce myself, or do you want me to talk about
Introduce
the class?
yourself and then talk about your class.
Okay, so I'm Kimberly Thomas. I am originally from Chicago. We just moved to Texas, so I'm a transplant to the beautiful state of Texas. I'm a designer. I have a background in interior design, architecture, graphic design, web design. I'm a lifelong learner, so I'm loving to take classes. And how I got started with Karina, I went to the boot camp and I loved her style. So today I am going to my video is about a pillow, a stencil pillow. And I came up with the stencil pattern from African batik. It was inspired. So it's really nice rustic pillow stencil that you can make with the SVG stencil file.
So good, you guys. I really love it when graphic design makes it onto 3D things, and Kim's does a really nice job of it. I got to see all the in-betweens of what she did. I don't know if she shows it on the video or not, but Kim, do you have it with you so that you can show everyone? If you don't, that's
Yeah, so I have
okay.
this pillow and I use like bleach to stain things. And I actually on the other side I have some more rustic designs. So I have a couple of designs in my shop, and actually I'm giving away the stencil, and I have coordinating stencils for like in round or borders for this as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
a fun project.
you guys are going to want to go check out her freebie for you guys. It's like seriously so nice. So go check that out. It makes it a cool pattern. Okay, Brenna. Brenna is wearing her cute thing that she's showing you guys how to make, right? Yeah, look how
I
cute that is,
am.
you guys.
I am. I was like,
So
I gotta
cute.
do my hair today.
Okay, tell everyone about yourself, what you do, and then what your project today is.
So my name is Brenna, and you can find me crafting with Brenna. I started out as doing just tutorials on my blog for people. I loved to make stickers. I made a lot of tutorials about stickers on TikTok. If you want to go find them there. And then I got a Glowforge. I think it was 3 or 4 years now. I can't remember. And I loved it. And I was like, I have got to make stuff for my Glowforge. And ever since then, I've just been trying a bunch of different materials on my Glowforge. This summer, the obsession was felt. So that's what I'm doing for my project. Oh, and I'm a mom.
I love it. So good. Okay, Tracey.
Hi. Hi, Karina. I've missed you.
I know Tracey just recently finished out her tenure in Design Suite, so I've missed Tracey as well.
I'm Tracey. I'm the home of handmade fun. So I do a bit of everything. I started in the handmade world, but I've always had like a unique twist with technology. So yeah, I love designing things, and I've been crafting and doing things all my life. So for me, it was turning my handmade stuff into more of a digital realm, and then being able to offer it to the world.
Yeah, so good. Tell us about your class today.
Today, I'm talking about my code breaker puzzles for kids. Other people call them escape rooms, but sometimes, I mean, I'm a bit old, so for me, a escape room doesn't mean much to me. So I name them code breaker puzzles for kids. So we're talking about a puzzle pack. I'm a mom of two very busy girls, and so I do a puzzle pack where it's math and logic and words. So it's educational, but it's fun too. So they really get a lot out of it, and it's exciting, and it results in like a four-digit code. And if you pick up a lock, a programmable lock, you could program that four-digit code and lock a box and put like something special in it. So when they do get that code at the end, they could put it in the lock, and then it's like an amazing surprise. So it's really like the icing on the cake for learning.
Yeah, so good. Actually, before you put away that spiral bound, bring it up close so that we can all look at it, because this is so cool. Look how fun this is, you guys.
So most of these drawings are all my own. Sometimes I have to resort to clip art because I just don't have enough time to do it. But these are all my Spy Kids. I'm going to be doing future themes with my Spy Kids, but this is the birthday one. So everyone has a mission, and the mission for the birthday one, it has a cute story that goes with it. And then at the end, there's a conclusion that has like a positive morals and ethics. And so this one, this one was for my daughter's 8th birthday. So the conclusion actually rhymes, and it's like, it's my best conclusion ever. And the 6th puzzle pack is what everybody gets as an all access member. And if you have kids, or if you know kids, oh, the conclusion's not in here because you got to solve the puzzles first. The conclusion's over here. So yeah, it's if you have kids and you need a hot cup of coffee, this should take them about 45 minutes, depending on their age level, and they might need some assistance if they're younger, but they really have to think and work, and you can have 45 minutes to an hour of just quiet and while they're working away. So this is the conclusion. So my Spy Kids are there, and it's a big poem with a very positive message, and yeah.
What age group would you say is like the best suited for these?
Anywhere between 7 and 12 is probably your pocket range. My 6-year-old, she can do them, but she needs a little more assistance, which is fine. You can do it as a family game night. You can do it as a birthday party. You can do it as a group. For my daughter's birthday, we did 3 teams. So I had some younger ones, so I gave them only 6 puzzles, and then I had 7 and 8-year-olds, so I gave them 9 puzzles, so that they'd kind of finish at the same time, and they all had a different answer, and they all had a different lock number, and then I had one final box at the end that, so inside their little boxes, they had a couple puzzle pieces in each box, and so that all teams, they got a few pieces, and then they all had to come together to put the whole puzzle together to get that final lock code. So I can do party packs too on request, and I can personalize them. Like, yeah, it's just so much fun.
So good, Tracey. And you guys heard that she's giving away stuff in the all access pass, and then you also have a freebie. Is that as well?
I do. My freebie is my code riddles in here. So these are code, I call them crack the code riddle pages. So my daughter's done most of these ones. We put them in a book because she likes to read them over and over again and learn the riddles because they're pretty funny. So they're all picture based. And so they have to find whatever picture is at the bottom, fill in the letter. So the riddle is here. I'll find a short one. So this one is, what is bigger when it's upside down? So she had to uncode that, and it's the number 6.
So good.
So it's like the double meaning. Yeah, the number 6 is bigger when it's upside down. So they really, some of them they get, some of them they don't. So it's really like, it twists like both sides of the brain. And I love the plays on words, and they love them too. So she's been filing them away in a binder so she can read them, and then she tells her friends these riddles, and she's like the jokester.
Yeah, you guys are gonna want to grab that freebie. Like,
yeah, it's
I want to grab that freebie.
It's a set of 10 riddles, and on my website there are 8 other packs of 10 packs of riddles. So there's lots, and they're all different. Every puzzle pack is different, and I've been making new types of puzzles. Like I just added one of Morse code, and I'm seeing where my kids are kind of like lacking in education. And I know like right now, money and counting money is like so I want to incorporate a puzzle that makes them like count money and figure out the code from that. But I'm always thinking of new types of puzzles to add, and I have a few really cool ideas, but everything is different. There's nothing that repeats from puzzle to puzzle. All the riddles are 100% different from each set, so you're never going to get real duplicate questions.
So good. I love it. And it reminded me that I forgot to ask Brenna what her freebie is. Brenna, can you talk about your freebie and all access pass goodies?
Yeah, I sure can. So you get this file for free for just coming here, signing up is my freebie. And you don't have to do it in felt. It can be done in paper and put, on something pretty or whatever, or you can just do a piece of the flowers. So the whole thing is included. And then for my freebie for all access pass, I included my free, well, it's not free. I charge people for it. My book about how to pick a laser, because a lot of people have a lot of questions about what it means to like have a laser at your house. And I was getting a lot of questions about like, is a Glowforge right for me and things like that. And so I just put all of the information that I know into a PDF. I think it's like 12 pages or something like that, but it's full of information about like, what does your craft room have to look like to have a laser in there? Like, what are the downsides of having a laser? What are the good things about having a laser? How to know which laser is right, depending on what project you want to do. So it's chock full of information that you'll definitely want if you're thinking about getting a laser.
Really, really good, you guys. Like, honestly, worth the price, in my opinion, of the all access pass altogether. So I love it. So good. Okay, let's dig into your guys' businesses, because I know each one of you do a number of different things. You have a number of different shops. You may or may not have manufacturing deals. So let's start with Kim on this one. Kim, let's talk about your shops. Let's talk about why you decided to start a design business.
Have you been dreaming of earning a master's degree or a design certificate that could lead you to launch your very own business? The University of Arts and Design has unique programs where you not only learn how to design, but how not to be a starving artist, which is why I created it. Join us in our upcoming Design Your Future event. Visit uad.education/designyourfuture to learn more about our students, discover the courses that we offer, and find out more about how you can become part of something truly unique in the university experience.
Well, primarily, I'm just passionate about design. I love design. As you see, I have like a background in all these sorts of designs. I have a couple of degrees in design. And when I came across you, Carina, I just thought, what am I going to do with all this information and all this knowledge? And when I came up with came across your boot camp, and I just learned a lot about business. And that's why I was really excited going through your course for business. And I just started last year with my Etsy shop and just creating SVGs and just learning how to like utilize this. Because before I was doing web design and UX UI design and just trying to figure out what I can do with, all that I have. And plus I have a daughter who's 24. She just graduated from university in industrial design. And I thought it would be a really good segue for me to encourage her to get into more business. So yeah, so this is why I pretty much got started, and I figured Etsy could be a nice gateway for my designs, because currently I'm taking a lot of concept art design classes, and I thought it would be nice for me to encourage my daughter and for me to kind of continue on. So I have a shop. I have an Etsy shop where I sell SVG files, and a Sofancy shop where I sell SVG files.
Yeah, seriously, so good. And Kim really does. I remember like back in the day, like you are on Marco Polo showing everyone like how to draw, and you have like a number of books where you're like always trying to get better at your drawing. You recently just spent some time in Chicago at the Art Institute.
Yeah, I took a class. I take a lot of life drawing classes and environment design, because I really wanted to get much better with my concept designs, because I love interior design and creating environments. I was in Milwaukee. I did a video of the Milwaukee Museum of Art, and I just enjoy architecture. So buildings with a lot of architecture, history, and art, I just enjoy.
Yeah, I love it. So, so good. We'll skip over to Tracey. Tracey, you want to talk about, I mean, you came from the handmade world, you're doing a lot of craft shows, and now you've got several digital online businesses. Tell everyone a little bit about how you kind of got here.
Yeah, so for a while I hadn't done anything, and then actually it was my kids. My oldest daughter, she was well, I was teaching her to sew, and so we were sewing straight lines. I'm like, well, what fun is sewing if you don't make anything? Um, so we made a hair bow, and then she was like hooked, and then she's like, Mom, I could like give these to my friends. I could sell them, and I was like, oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, we'll keep doing that, and then I'm like, okay, I can't go to a craft show with just her hair bows, so then I had to start sewing things, and then so we got into that, and then but me, I'm an older mom. I'm what Canada refers to as a geriatric mother because I had my kids over 40. So I'm coming to the end of my career, and I always have a lot going on, and I'm trying to transition into something that I can do, but I can't replace my income with handmade stuff because I just don't have enough time in a day, and I can't dedicate that time to my craft room because my kids are busy. So I need something where I can put it out into the world and it's a little bit easier and it can just kind of steadily keep growing. And that's where the digital side came in. And then somewhere along the line, my fairy godmother delivered Carina, and I have no idea. I still have no idea how I found your boot camp. But I was into a lot of courses and I was learning bits and pieces and trying to find like the right way to get into things. And I had an Etsy shop, but it was pretty stagnant because I had like my handmade bookmarks up on it or something, and I just kind of didn't understand how to market to Etsy or how to really sell to Etsy with shipping and all that stuff. So I found you, and oh my gosh, like my head was blown. Like the course is amazing. The courses are amazing. You learn so much. But I don't know, I really spent my year just kind of trying so many different things. And when I did a course and I wanted, like, if you look at my Etsy shop at the beginning, there's like so many different things there. And I started doing surface pattern design and like I love drawing, I love doodling. So yeah, I transitioned into the digital world. So I get off on tangents. And yeah, so I have my Etsy shop and then I have my website. I've been fluttering around trying to find other shops, but I'm sticking with my website and Etsy right now. And then because with my website, I'm doing physical products. Etsy, not so much because it's like all over the world and still shipping kind of scares me. But with my website, I can control the shipping. So I have physical products that I can send out there. And so I can do a bit of both and when my time allows. And yeah.
Yeah, we should say that Tracey's in Canada. That's part of the reason why. So like it makes a lot more sense for her to do shipping on her own website. At Etsy, it gets really complicated because I would say the majority, there are people buying from everywhere on Etsy, but it does get more complicated because it's a US based company. So I love that Tracey is doing that. And you'll also see that a lot of people really do spend some time in an exploration stage while they're in Design Suite so they can hone down on what they are trying to do. Always in a design business, there are transition moments. But at the beginning, if you can kind of figure out what you really want to do, or if you already know what you're going to do, then you can focus in. But it takes a hot second. Tracey's actually really well known for, in my opinion, just because I've seen so much, these really fantastic pet portraits she does. Really, really beautiful stuff. And I don't know if you
I
have
still
it.
do them. Oh,
You do? Okay. I'm like, do you have them behind you?
I'm not sure which one my favorite. I think this is one of my favorite. Well, this one's a bearded dragon.
Aren't
So
those cool, you guys?
I
It like
still
there's
do
like
these.
all these amazing intricacies in them
Yeah.
that she does for people, and really, really cool
Yeah.
stuff.
The pet one I did. I still do them. It's just these take a long time to do. They are very I use pictures, but I only use pictures for like the outlines. And then I do fuse them together. Like this came from a couple different pictures, and then I put their names into them. So it's a really personalized custom pet thing, but they take a lot of time. So again, I can't replace my income doing that, but I still really love to do them. So they're also available. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, so good. So Brenna's almost the opposite. Brenna came to me and she was like laser focused, literally with lasers. And it has been a little bit of a different way about going through things. So Brenna, do you want to talk a little bit about like how you kind of built your design business and what you've been doing?
Yeah, so I had an Etsy shop already, and I was selling laser files, but I started out doing like silhouette files and like for the silhouette machine and Cricuts. And then when I got my laser, I got so excited and I had just a few files that took off enough on Etsy that I was like, I think that this is a real thing that people do. Like, I think that I'm on the right track to something, but it wasn't enough success that like I knew why it was successful. And so I was just on Facebook, and I saw an ad, and I even remember I was like in the car on a way camping with my family, and I saw the ad and I was like, I think that this could be something. So I signed up and I bought the workbook and I was so excited to start. And ever since then, I've just been doing exactly what Carina tells me to do. And it's been working out really well for me. I have quite a few shops now. I started out really growing my Etsy shop, and right now there's 850-ish designs in there. And then I have also been accepted. I'm a Glowforge designer, so you can find some of my designs on the Glowforge website, and they're free with premium. So if you just got your machine and you're doing your little trial, you can get all of my files on there. Well, not all my files, but all the files that are posted on there. And then you can also find me in Creative Fabrica, and also So Fancy is where my designs are. But I have been very laser focused on making designs for lasers because I love them. I have a lot of earring files, a lot of hair clip files. I have 2 little girls, and so it just seems like earrings and hair clips would be a good route to go in because they can use the stuff. I also like to make some things that are like special for holidays. I've been making recently, I have some gingerbread houses that you can make out of wood, and your kids can decorate them, or you can decorate them, or they also do have their own designs on them that I added, and you can just put them together and put them up. They're very pretty. You can put lights in the bottom. And then I also was making some Halloween countdowns recently that are kind of fun because they have little sticks on the side, and you push in the sticks and then you get a little surprise. So I have a bat version and a spider version. And so you get like a surprise spider to count down to Halloween. And so, yeah, that's what I've kind of been focused on. Did that cover the question?
I think so. Really, really good.
Okay.
Brenna, when she came to me, it's so funny because Brenna is probably one of our fastest designers. She's like so fast. But like, it's funny because at the beginning, there was some doubts. Like you were like, I don't know if I should put this up. And then you'd put something up and then you'd pull it down. And I was like, what is happening here? What are you doing? And she was like, I'm nervous. Tell everyone a little bit about this because I think everyone goes through this. There's a little bit of imposter syndrome, not feeling like your stuff is good enough, which is funny because Brenna made her money back in the first year. Seriously killed it with her design work. So tell everyone a little bit about that.
Yeah. So when I started Design Suite, I was super nervous because I would like post my stuff on Etsy and someone would buy it and I'd be like, oh, they're going to come to me with these negative reviews. Like, how do I know that my stuff is good enough? How do I know, like, it worked for me, but what if it just doesn't work for anyone else? Like, what if it's just also a really crappy design and I don't know it because I'm blind to it or I don't know. And so I really wanted to make sure that I was doing things the right way. Cause like I had, then I was doing my designs actually in Silhouette Studio and then saving them as an SVG because I had the business version. And then I was putting them up into Glowforge. And so I was like, I don't think this is the way that everyone else is doing it. And so I would put my designs up and then I would get really nervous. I would like be thinking about it all day, and I would take them down because I was like, I'm not a designer. I have no degree in this. I have a degree in music education. Like, do you trust your band teacher to make you design files? Like, I don't know about that. And so I was just so nervous. And then when I went to boot camp, and I had the Carina in boot camp, she has this pie chart that has all the things in it that you need for a design business to really grow. And I looked at it and I was like, there's so many things on there that I need, and there's a few things that I have, but like that's what really sold me on that, like Carina's program is what I need. And so I got in there, and it was like the more I learned, the very first hurdle I came over was like, you know what? I do know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. I can design things. And people like them. I just need to put them up and give them time to be there and time to catch on. And it has been really, really nice to finally like be over that hurdle and feel confident. And now when I get like a bad review on Etsy or something, I'm not like, just pack it in.
I know, just
close
like,
down my Etsy
cheers,
shop. I'm
like,
done.
this is the end, right? It's just someone with a bad
Yes.
review, or I mean, let's,
Mhm.
you guys know these customers, like they clearly are just sourpusses is what I call them. Like, you know, they're really difficult people. So,
Well, and more often than not, I've come to realize it has more to do with how like their computer is set up or their program is set up than what I'm doing. And so if I can just learn like those little quirks and different design things that they might be using, then I can help them through it. And it's not necessarily my file.
yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I think that is true. And it's mostly navigating with the customer how to make sure it works on their computer, right? Especially when you have 100 people download it and no one says something, and 101 comes in and says, this doesn't work for me. Then you're like, wait, 1 second here. This is not, you know, I think this is not me. This must be them. It doesn't mean that we don't help them. Brenna's so great at helping them, but it is still an interesting thing. I think those are the kinds of things that send designers in a like a, I'm never going to do business anymore. This is negative. This feels really, really scary. And you just want to shut everything down. And one of the things that's really nice is when you have lots of people, coaches, other people saying, no, you're fine. You're totally fine. Just let it go. It's almost like you need that little bit of justification to be like, okay, I'm totally fine. So kind of a community around you to do that. So I have a question specifically for Kim, because Kim has done a lot of stuff and she has some really popular files. She also has gone through the ringer with Etsy. And sometimes, sometimes there are things in business that's really, really painful. I would love for you to talk a little bit about like where you started, like the kind of stuff you were designing and putting out, what you're currently doing now, and some of your exploration process, because you do have a lot of things that you really like and want to do. And so you're kind of in an interesting exploration process at this moment.
Yeah, so it's my journey. It's definitely a journey. I am just kind of trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. In my Etsy shop, it was shut down for a little bit, but I figured it out, and I figured out how to get that up and going. And I knew like this year, the second year, it will be all about the business, the marketing, the sales. Like I knew I would want to understand that a lot better and to really focus in on what would sell and what product would be good for me and my personality and something that I could definitely be passionate about and I would want to do day in, day out, you know, because it's a lot of work. Last year, I just really focused on production and I was able to like create a system and get things out. So I don't think I would have a problem with that once I got that done. I also needed to really work on crafting because as a designer, as a web designer, I just did a lot of things digitally. I would make things with my hands, but it was really when my kids were younger, I would make a ton of stuff for them. And like now they're adults and I just didn't have time. Like I just didn't do it and didn't have time for it. So now I'm just going back to like okay, this is what I really enjoy. And when I was taking your class when we were making the paper house, I was like, oh, this is so much fun. So I really liked the 3D paper products. And even when I made a card, like the Halloween card, that was really fun. And I showed it to my daughter and she's like, oh, that's so cute. Because most of the things I show her, she's like, eh. So so having a 24-year-old critic in the house, this is just kind of fun. But it's nice because I know if it hits, if she likes it, it hits, right? So it's just trying to figure out that type of thing, like really what works and what works for my personality and what I'm passionate about. So yeah, so this year for me is mostly about the marketing and the sales. And I can definitely say that the sales have been increasing and just finding quality in what I produce now.
Yeah, I love it because one of the things that we do stress at the beginning is we're trying to create habits for you guys in Design Suite. And I feel like Kim, you like nailed it because you would just like knock it out of the park in terms of production, which nobody likes, and brings me to my next question that I'm going to have all of you guys answer, which is I would love to hear your favorite thing about owning a design business and the worst thing about owning a design business. And we're going to start with Tracey on this one.
We'll start with my worst thing. It's focusing on one thing while you're trying to learn. So it's mainly the focusing on one thing because I love to do everything and it's really hard. But the focusing on one thing while you're